Background music and ambience brought to you in part by Midnight Syndicate. Music for the imagination and the perfect musical accompaniment for the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game. Hey there, this is Mike, and I play Malphaedor on A Fool's Quest. Before we begin, I just wanted to say thank you for listening and enjoying these adventures with us. The podcast community out there is really pretty amazing, and we'd like to take a moment right now to salute our good friends over at Microphones and Monsters. Go check them out.
Microphones and Monsters is a Cthulhu D&D actual play with a balance of horror, mystery, and comedy. Our story begins in a 1920s Magitech noir setting. We follow the story of Alistair.
That power is very much something that I need, and I don't want that to stop.
Victor.
I don't think I want to help you.
And Julian.
It's burning. What happened here can't see the light of day.
As they come face to face with eldritch horrors.
I don't think you could ever stop me.
And try not to fall into madness. Go to microphonesandmonsters.com or listen wherever podcasts are found.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In a world that is not what it seems, and where people are not who they appear to be, where puns run rampant through the streets, and it's hard to tell who the real monsters are. Three heroes fight to keep the world of Euphrae from ripping apart, and to keep Tim and Terry from getting even more screwed. Now, let's join the Sir Thadeus Trebilcock, the wild magic sorcerer, Malphaedor, the fallen Aasimar Oathbreaker, and the half-satyr, half-halfling bard, Nastly, as they band together in their enduring pursuit of A Fool's Quest.
When last we left our fools, they were camped out on the side of the road. They are headed up to the main quest, which congratulations, guys. I'm really proud of you so you guys are headed up to the main quest.
For now.
Up to Sadomar, not the collective, where you are going to meet Manny DeVito. And along the way, you had a random travel event that occurred, and you met some hippies that gave you some good weed and asked you to go on a side quest to the hospital in Sadomar to try and sell the weed, the one bag of weed to them and help.
The joint.
The joint,
yes. One bag of weed.
Yeah.
Too bad we're going to Devere.
Yes,
so.
yes.
It's now down to like just a one-hitter.
This is all you need, really.
Just a roach.
Yeah.
What do you have?
You have a pipe. Here you go.
Here's a bowl of weed.
So the druids took off, and then you guys decided. Well, you guys didn't decide. It was decided for you by Thadeus that before continuing on to Sadomar and pursuing the main quest anymore, we were going to put a halt to that. And
this is rubbish.
We were getting too close. Shut it down. All right, and you pulled out the amulet and said,
"Potato salad."
Potato.
The amulet is a bronze with specks of black peppered all over it. On the face is the image of a large purple planet with short lines jutting out to smaller circles that encompass the entire amulet. You say potato salad. A noise like you have never heard before begins to fill the air. With each cycle of sound, the noise becomes louder and louder. There's slowly a large box begins to appear right above where the campfire was.
Yes.
The box is taller than Large Marge from back at Mike's Tavern. The box slowly fades completely into existence, and then the door slams open quickly.
No, real quick. Does it sound like somebody left the parking brake on? Is that the noise that keeps cycling louder and louder?
Yes.
I don't know these references. I think it's a Doctor Who thing. Is that what this is? Okay, good.
The door slams open, and a woman pops out of the door, or peeks her head out of the door, and stares right at Sir Thadeus. With a quick smile, she steps out, and she pulls a magic wand that makes a whizzing noise and waves it around in the air. After a few minutes of waving the wand around, or after a few seconds of waving the wand around, the woman says, "Huh, seems like she's gone wonky again. Well, come on, get in," and enters back into the blue box and bids you to follow her.
We are absolutely following her. Everybody in the box.
Okay.
I joyfully play my kazoo on the way through.
I don't even care about the kazoo right now. I'm super excited.
All right, so she is in this box, and you guys follow her in, and it is surprisingly, you guys wait for it, bigger on the inside.
What?
Should have said smaller on the outside.
Smaller on the outside. It is smaller on the outside. So you guys come into this box, and she's like, I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to take you, but let's go ahead and get going. And so she runs over to this dashboard, does a few things, some more noises happen, the parking brake noise, I guess, starts going off again, and you guys feel the box that you're in start to move.
This is fantastic.
So you guys are moving through wherever, and she grabs a monitor, like a pull-away monitor. You guys don't know what it is, but just for the sake of making it easy to understand, she grabs this screen that is making moving pictures for you, and she slides it in your face so you can see it, and she goes, "See, here's the problem right here." And you can see in there that there's this giant purple portal that you guys are flying right toward. And she's like, "It just keeps sucking us in, so I guess we're going to have to go in and see what's on the other side." And after just a few seconds, your blue box flies right into this big purple portal. And all of a sudden, you guys go flying out, clear of the box. The box is no longer around you, and you fall face first onto a beach. And you see just above where you are, so like running parallel to the sand, there is the portal. So you guys are like laying face down on the ground, and about 2 feet above you is the portal. So in order to get
parallel
back
to the ground?
Yeah, parallel to the ground. So in order to get back to the portal, you're going to have to crawl underneath
it
and then stand up
Oh, wow.
to jump back through to the other side.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So army crawl out from underneath the portal.
Okay.
And then look around. So have I figured out that from the one time I used this before, that this takes us to different planes, typically related to one god or another?
Yes.
Okay. I want to do
That's your working hypothesis, at least.
a religion check to see if I recognize anything from here that might hint at which god this could be.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.
Nope. So you don't
Just a
recognize.
beach.
19.
You got a 19?
I did.
Oh, you got a 19.
Malphaedor.
Oh, because you actually have been with the amulet before.
Yeah. Well, and he studied religion.
I also
a
have
ton.
religion. Yeah, I'm proficient in religion.
I'm a scary goat man. I don't do the religion.
Okay, so
Mighty
Malphaedor.
Bridge, goat man.
All right, so this beach is not like the previous beach that you were at, where you met with Mananon McClear. Here, the air is still warm and full of a warm, salty mist. The sand is warm beneath your feet, and the night sky is filled with a very, very large moon, like huge moon. The beach extends as far as the eye can see, and the waters seem very still and calm, which is, again, very unlike what you experienced with Mananon's beach, where it was more like you're on the side of an ocean beach. Inland, there is a small scaled mountain that is well within walking distance. Built into this mountain is a shining silver hall. Malphaedor, you recognize this hall as Argentil, the home of Selune.
Goddess of the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, smooth water moon. Got it. I was like, what the fuck was he talking about water for?
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so head up to the hall.
Yeah, I have no arguments.
Yeah.
I will start walking towards the hall.
All right, as you approach the hall,
Is that lady anywhere near us? Did she pop through with us?
No,
she's
she
gone.
Disappeared
It was-
once you guys hit the portal.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole
It was just how the portal
It's how the
presented itself this time. Last time it vomited itself out of the amulet.
The last time was ants.
Or ants.
Yeah,
Okay.
the magical ants. And then the time before that was the vomit.
That was by far my favorite of the. If they could all just do it that way, that would be great.
just summons a TARDIS.
Yep.
So you guys make your way up to the Silver Hall. Statues begin to appear as you make your way across the side of the mountain. The moon has lit up the island so well that you can see everything. Like, you don't, Thaddeus, you don't even need to put your goggles down to, initiate your dark vision.
Okay.
The moon is so bright here and so big in the sky that you can see perfectly fine. As you approach the Silver Hall, you see statues of werewolves, werebears, were-dragons, song dragons, and beautiful women, both with and without wings, that line the path up the final steps toward the hall. Carvings of lightning bolts and moonbeams glow with magic light, leading the way into the hall. Imagine, if you will, there are like pillars that are around, but there are no ceiling, so everything is wide open to be able to see the moon. But there is, like, it's almost like sectioned off, like huge pillars that kind of line the area, so you can kind of navigate, like, hey, this is a specific room meant for this is a specific room meant for that, without having actual walls or ceilings to identify. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do you guys do? You're at what would be the front doors, if there were doors, to this palace, surrounded by statues of magical creatures that you haven't seen before in a home of a goddess.
Do we see any altars or anything?
Not from where you're standing. You don't see any altars.
Alrighty.
If you decide to walk around, I'll give you a chance to make an investigation roll to see if you can find them.
Yeah, I'm going to enter the property and
Start
walk.
snooping.
Yeah, look for an altar to make an offering.
Okay. All right, so you guys move in.
Yeah, as I enter the main area there, I'll use a divine sense. Perhaps it'll give me the location of any celestials in the area.
Okay, what's the range on divine
60 feet.
sense? Okay, so you do catch a divine sense, but it is not in front of you in the palace. It is the stone creatures that are around you, lining the pathway.
Okay. Do they all emanate?
Every single one of them.
Okay. Let's not piss these people off.
Mm-hmm.
Most interesting.
Okay, you guys move in?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll keep a watchful eye on the statues.
Okay. So you all move further into the hall. Partial walls and pillars begin to divide you from the outside. The floors become smooth glass, and there is still no ceiling. As you move on, you come across 6 skulls resting on the floor in a circle. In the center of the circle is a silver ring that's reflecting the surrounding lights and catching your attention. So you see this circle of skulls and the silver ring from a good 90 feet away, straight down your pillar-lined, walkway, glass floor. You see this, 90 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
You see these just chilling in the center of this room, which is, again, a sectioned off room, but no walls or ceiling.
A ring surrounded by skulls.
Does this look like any kind of religious ritual that I've seen or heard of?
2 things. How long does your detect magic work? Does it follow you?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so 6 seconds. So you've been walking for more than 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so that disappears. And make a roll for your religion check to see if you know.
Let's see. +4, 18.
You do recognize that this can be used as a ritual, but not as an offering ritual, but more as a penance.
6 skulls to say sorry. Interesting. Well, MC is not going to go anywhere near skulls and rings on the floor. Out on that. I'm going to keep walking a little bit further into the area.
Okay, so that was like straight ahead of you. Do you take a right?
Yeah, I'll take a right.
Go deeper into the... Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to look for an altar... to make an offering altar that doesn't look like an apology altar.
Okay. Intuitively, you think that McNastly's probably heading the right direction to find something like that.
Okay, I'll just follow him then.
And I'll keep a distance from the other two, but yeah, I'll follow that way. Taking an extra second glance at the ring in the center of the circle as I pass by it.
No one's quite bold enough. Like, no.
So, Malphaedor, you begin to walk away from the ring, and you hear that voice in the back of your head that says, "That is ours."
Is that a voice I'm familiar with?
It's not the Helm voice. It's a voice from when you were very young.
Gotcha.
So when Malphaedor was very young, he was Smeagol.
Me wants the precious.
I thought we handled that fucking ring business in season 1.
So you stop and you...
Yeah. No, it was 2.
Season 2.
Season 2!
So you stop because you hear this noise in the back of your head. You are watching McNastly and Thad continue walking down the hall, and they kind of assumed you were following along, but, I mean, it was kind of like an unsaid thing. They started walking, and you started walking, and then you stopped, and they are slowly walking away. What do you do?
In a low voice, but still audible, speaking to the voice in my head. What is yours? What is ours? The ring?
The ring is ours. Do we want it?
Take a few steps back toward these two before I turn around, contemplating that and stewing it over my head.
Okay, at this point, you two roll a perception check. Get over a 14.
Nope.
No, I didn't even notice it.
Okay, so you two you're just walking. Yeah, you're just not paying attention.
Bye, bitch.
You're just walking. And McNastly, you actually see what you think might be an altar. Probably a good 200 feet away, but because it's just pillars and half walls and stuff that are dividing things, you can see it. So you get a good feel that, hey, we're going in the right direction. I see our destination. You kind of pick up your pace. Thad kind of picks up the pace behind you. Like, all right, you guys get a good move going on. Malphaedor, you are moment by moment being left alone with this voice.
Yeah, I'm still slowly working my way toward them, away from the ring.
So your feet are slowly stepping at this point. Almost, yeah, just one step at a time is almost like a dreamy effort.
So again, speaking to the voice in my head, why do we want this?
It is ours.
The voice gets a little bit more hostile in your head, even. Like a toddler trying to explain to another toddler why that toy is theirs. Like, it just makes... Everything in the world just makes sense that ring is that... It belongs to you. Like, that... Your question doesn't even make sense. It is unfounded.
Don't ask me dumb things.
Yes.
It hasn't got to a point where I need to make a save against it.
Not yet. No. But you're still within 60 feet of it, so...
Yeah.
I would put you at about 50 feet away right now. So you've been making an effort to dreamily move, but these guys are like...
Yeah.
These guys are well gone.
They're in the distance.
They're gone.
We're piping. Like, time to go.
Like at this point, they took a left turn at some point deeper into the middle of it, and you could probably go and find them, but they are no longer visible to you where you are standing.
I'll turn back around to the ring and approach it. Go to the circle's edge and examine it closely, see if I can see any kind of markings or anything on it.
Make your investigation roll.
There's a marking that says Malphaedor. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my shit, it is mine.
Oh, I just lost that ring. Well, shit.
Oh, okay. 12.
Okay, so you are investigating the skulls as well as the ring? Like just
just surveying
ceremony?
the whole situation. Focusing mainly on the ring, but the whole. I haven't crossed that barrier yet.
Okay, so you feel that static electricity around you that only like heavy magic can create. The closer you got to it, you feel that. And then that like scent of ozone in the air as you approach. The skulls themselves, you don't really notice too much about them except for they're well placed, but your eyes are so locked on this ring that as you approach, you can see on the front of the ring is your family crest.
I guessed real close.
One quick glance at the skulls. Do they look human?
Yeah.
Humanoid?
They look humanoid, yep.
They're not
All 6 of them.
They're not giant, they're not creatures.
No, they're not. One of them has holes in the top of its head like it had horns. There's not horns attached to the skeleton of the skull, but it had like the lifted skull where the horns connected to.
Okay. Well, if it is a family ring, I'll step into the circle.
Okay. Let's cut over to...
God.
Let's cut...
What you've done, you've gotten fucking Malphaedor killed.
All right, McNastly, you get to the point where you are standing at the room where the pillars kind of make that invisible wall that would take you to the altar. And you see a big crescent moon-shaped altar that is super glassy, super, it's pretty much like comes rising out of the floor in a crescent moon shape. But you can see that it is definitely a spot where you would make offerings.
Gotcha. Well, I am going to enter the room and I'm going to approach the altar.
Okay. So you enter the room and you also feel that static-y feeling of magic in the air. Your fur begins to stand up on your legs and your hooves get that, tingly feeling that most humans have in their
about to be struck by lightning.
and the smell of ozone hits you as well as you move through the room up to the altar. But as soon as you enter and break that line into the room, you feel drawn to the altar. You can't not move to it. You just feel.
I'm going to go to the altar and I'm going to place down 10 gold and then pray to Lune and play a song for the moon.
Okay. So you make a performance check, and what are you doing, Thaddeus?
I'm also going to walk into the room towards the altar.
Same effect happens to you.
Yeah, I feel the tingles. I'm going to pull out a small ornate mirror from my bag that I used to use when I would shave and when I cared more about my appearance.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used it in a while. So I take the ornate mirror out and set it on the altar, and that's it.
Okay. All right, and what do you roll for your performance?
It was just 14.
A 14? Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. You hear from all around you a woman's clear and powerful voice echoing out.
Why have you come to my home?
It was honestly a bit of an accident, but now that we're here, we want to say thank you for having such a beautiful place.
Thank you? How did you come to my home?
Oh, a bit of magic and an old man's whim.
And why have you brought weapons into my place of worship?
And then you see 9 women, lightly armored, step out from nearby pillars all around you, surrounding you. They all have swords, but they're all sheathed. And walking between 2 of the women on essentially the way you guys walked in, like following the path that you walked into the room. A woman with long ivory-hued hair and wide lime green eyes approaches with a graceful glide of a queen.
Oh, we carry our weapons only because we didn't want to lose them outside. Not for any use.
She looks over you 2 and contemplates and says,
Argent Hill is no place for violence, slavery, or imprisonment. No one is to have access to my realm without consent. Where have you come from?
We come from the land of Euphrae.
And you said magic brought you here.
Yeah.
Whose magic?
The magic of an amulet.
May I see this amulet?
I'm just going to look over at at Thadeus and let him make his decision.
I show her the amulet. I just hold it up.
She does not move toward you. She is probably a good 20 feet away from you right now, but she appears to inspect it very easily from where she's at.
Right.
She's a little magic.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the numbers appearing next to someone's head in a movie, just
little algebraic equations.
Analyzing. Like,
We apologize for trespassing. We didn't know the portal would bring us here. And then we were so drawn to your temple, we forgot ourselves and entered without permission.
And was it you that brought the 7 thieves?
No, it was just us three, and I turned, and this is when I realized that Malphaedor isn't behind us. It was just the three of us came through the portal. Shit. Where'd Malphaedor go?
And she looks you guys up and down.
Only one of the 7 remain. Who are you to steal from me?
And the 9 lightly armored women take a step closer to you guys. Still don't draw. Their arms are like super steady, but they can feel her mood shifting.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna have to potato salad to another realm, and potato salad out of that realm, hopefully
back to you, Frey. We would never.
Oh wait, no,
never steal
from
you.
Double use it. We're fucked. You can't use it twice in one day.
Yeah, you gotta make a roll for a D8 for. Or no, it's a D8. That's how many hours it takes to recharge.
Yeah, I've never rolled it because it's always been days and days between usage. Shit. We didn't come here to steal. As I said, we didn't even know we were going to be teleported here. We didn't come here with any kind of evil mission to take anything from you. We're just adventurers. And when we landed on your beach, we saw your beautiful temple and felt the need to come and give you an offering.
I'm going to try and use my persuasion.
Okay.
I'm going to see if this can work. We are peaceful beings in the world we're from. All we do is uphold the peace.
So you start to say we're peaceful beings, and you start to stutter on the word peaceful. We're... And you can't say peaceful.
You can't say peaceful?
You can't lie.
You can't lie in this room.
We are beings of justice in the world that we're from.
We are rampaging murder hobos.
You shut your mouth. You're part of the
You're
bad.
You're not here.
You're the bad bit. We're beings of justice in the world we're from. We don't come seeking any form of theft or thievery. That's not our goal. We honestly didn't want to be here.
She listens to your response, and then you see the 9 women step back away from you guys for a second and make your persuasion roll.
Oh god, it's only a +4. I really need this to go well.
Need another one of those nat 20s.
I used 3 in 15 minutes.
Oh god, I don't like this.
Oh!
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Yes!
Roll again and see if it's
Oh, it's an 18.
still good. Still good.
24.
Okay.
Nat 24.
So Nat 20 with a 24. What are you specifically wanting to happen? You've conveyed the message. You tried to be not honest. You weren't trying to be dishonest, but you were about to say a dishonest statement. So that stopped you.
I had to be more truthful.
You had to be more truthful in this very godly zone of truth style thing. And what are you trying to accomplish with your persuasiveness?
I didn't think this is a classic case of this has gone better than I expected, boys.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
No.
I figured we'd be dead at this point.
You shut up. You're part of the problem. I
just collect our friend and get out of here.
Want her to let us peacefully leave and go on our way. No, no combat, no thievery, just going home.
Okay. So
unless she needs help killing a thief.
So she, for the first time, you notice, which is kind of eerie that you didn't notice before, but you do notice now, blinks her eyes one time. Like, this entire time, her eyes have been huge. These lime green, big, beautiful eyes just staring, bearing right into you. And then she just closes them in like a very slow fashion and then reopens them and says,
"Wait here."
And then disappears. The 9 women stand there still, though. And
just me and Thaddeus.
And then cut back over to Malphaedor. Malphaedor,
Oh God.
you are reaching down.
Oh, he has no clue. No.
You are.
He's gonna get us killed.
You are reaching down, and you feel right before your hand touches the ring, a blade lay across your left shoulder, right up against your neck, and a voice comes from behind you.
"And who are you to bring another god into my house?"
I turn my head slightly toward the blade and stand up because I'm cocky as fuck.
So Lune is here now, but she is dressed, instead of like a dress
Flowy.
and flowy gown, she's full battlement garb. She is full plate armor.
You are so fucked.
She is
Man.
she is decked out, and her
Go
sword
charisma.
her sword is just all of the beams of the moon have like kind of gravitated toward her blade that is resting on your shoulder. And
the queen of all moon blades.
she is staring deeply at your into your eyes.
I meant no disrespect, but I did not realize that I had brought another god here. I'm confused.
She waits for a second, and you notice that voice that kind of gave that overbearing feeling in the back of your mind, and the voice of the helm have completely hidden away. Like, there is no sign.
You are finally alone with your thoughts.
Yes.
Can I stay here for a minute? It's quiet.
It's so peaceful.
You've given me
Aside
inner
from
peace.
Psycho Amazon with a blade, but
She looks down and she says,
"I take it you are not one of the thieves."
her voice gets a little bit calm, but the blade does not move. Like, her arm is like fucking solid as a rock.
oh yeah. So, no, I am not here as a thief. I'm just here as a traveler with my companions, wherever they went to.
"Then why do you reach for this treasure?"
And she gestures down at the floor where you were looking before.
Does the ring look the same to me?
No, it's not a ring anymore.
Okay.
No, it's just a broken piece of glass.
I said, when I looked at this moments ago, it looked like a ring with my family crest. And there was a voice that told me it was ours.
"This is a piece of my home. You cannot take this outside of my world without grave repercussions. It must have been the voice in your head painting an illusion for you."
Most likely.
Just real quick, it dawns on you, it painted the illusion for the other two as well. Because they both saw a ring.
We've done been given trickies.
I offer my sincerest apologies, Lune.
"You may go with your friends."
And I will try to step back outside of the circle and beneath the edge of her blade.
Okay. Yep. Nope. Gracefully done. You look good doing it. She says,
"I will require penance for you soon.
What sort of penance?
Take a look at the skulls you see at your feet. Do you see how they are all placed?"
Yes.
Alright, so she kind of maps out with moonlight like little lines that show that they are 100, or they are perfectly apart from each other, same distance from in almost a perfect circle, and that the moon is targeted right into the center of that spot there. She says,
"When you meet enemies on the battlefield, if you win, we'll take your enemies and present penance just like this, and give your victory to me.
How many times?
Just once.
It will be done.
But then you must spread stories throughout Euphrates that it was done for me."
I will.
And he's beholden to someone else now.
Again. Again with the fucking god debts.
Keep fucking up.
and she says,
"You may go."
And you disappear and you're back at the front of the gate. And then back over to McNastly and Thaddeus. She appears back in her long flowing gowns again. And no, she's not armed. There's no, weapon. And she walks up to you and she says,
I think today you have just saved a life. In my world, life is valuable. It is sacred. For this, I shall give you my boon.
And you get the boon of Lune.
Dun, dun, dun. Malphaedor almost gets his fucking neck cut in half, and you get a boon.
The boon of Lune, so Malphaedor does not get it, but does give you guys +2 to perception and +2 to nature for 1d10 days. So roll a d10 and see how long you get it for.
9.
3.
9 days. That's awesome.
So what was it?
+2 to perception, +2 to nature. And you guys are only 2 days away from Sadomar, so that will get you through the rest of your travel for McNastly, +1 day in Sadomar. And that will give Thaddeus a full week of that added buff in that added boon in Sadomar.
Yeah, you'll have that while we're in Sadomar and by the time we get to the collective.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is going to be super helpful.
+2 to perception? That means your base perception at like 5?
+2 to perception while you're breaking into a vault, essentially. A city that's a vault.
And aren't you a nature wizard?
No, it's not a thing.
Or whatever.
That'd be a druid.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had a nature aspect to your thing. Oh, it's wild.
Wild. I have
wild magic. Yeah.
Different wild.
Yeah, not what I was.
All right, so if you don't have one, please... Actually, you know what? I'm allowing people to stack up to 3 inspiration, so you all get an inspiration for role-playing that out.
Sweet.
All right, so that has come to an end. What do you guys do now? You guys are still in the room with Lune. Lune does walk across the floor and gather up your 10 gold. And she brings it back to you, and she holds her hand out like, with her palm facing the floor, it's like she's going to hand it back to you and says,
We do not accept gold here. Those are trinkets for other gods.
And she waits for you to put your hand out to take your coins back.
I take a knee and put my hand out.
All right, she puts it into your hand, and your 10 gold has turned into a diamond worth 200 gold.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
And then she says,
But your songs, that is always welcome in my home. And your gift,
she looks to Thaddeus,
the mirror, something that's traveled with you for years, decades, comes with stories, and stories are always welcome in my home.
Bow my head.
You may go, but please do not return to my world without express invitation.
How might I contact you, Lune?
How do you contact any god? You pray.
And then she disappears.
And then we disappear.
So you guys walk back out the way you came?
Yeah.
Yes, quickly.
Or the quickest route possible. Is there like a side route? Just like, no.
So you guys start walking back out the way you came. Malphaedor, you're looking at, down the pillars, trying to see where your friends went.
Still like, just tired. Like, oh, fuck, I was dying.
And you hear the slight growl behind you of the were-dragon.
Well, fuck.
And it's shaking the stone crust off. And it turns into a woman. And she is, she looks like she's just waking up. So she starts rubbing her eyes and she looks up and sees you on the steps. And she takes a step toward you slowly and then more quickly goes to the side of the steps and walks up around you and into the home. Or into the temple.
Interesting.
That would have fucking sucked.
Well, as she goes by, I will just nod and tell her, good morning, in Celestial.
In Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
She pauses as she's walking by you and she says, good morning, and then continues on.
Oh, do we see her as we leave?
Yeah, as you guys are leaving, you see her walking in, and she looks at you guys up and down.
She's like, what the fuck?
Neither of you speak Celestial, right?
No.
Okay, so she stops and she says something that you guys have no idea, but it sounds melodic and lovely and wonderful. And then she scurries past you, but you have no clue what it was. So
I just give her a little bow. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, bow my head and keep moving.
Like, every other person here can kill me. So yeah.
Without even thinking about it.
All right, so you guys leave and you get to the front door where Malphaedor is, and
I'm
head back to the beach.
I'm booking it to
Get
the
the
beach.
fuck out.
I'm not playing around here.
all right.
I agree with him. It's time to boogie, guys.
All right, so you are all just hauling ass down the side of this like small mountain.
Oh yay! I'm a
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah. Yes.
We have trouble keeping up with him.
Yes. Yeah. You guys like Nastly is not waiting for you. He is moving as fast as he possibly can.
I'm goating it up, man. I'm out. I'm
Goating it up.
running.
And yeah, so you guys make it down to the beach. You do notice. Actually, give me perception checks. Perception checks.
Them perception chips are real good.
Ooh.
11.
11.
Well, with my cool +2, it's 21.
21.
Okay. All right, so the 221s, you notice that some of the angelic creatures that, well, actually, nope, Malphaedor didn't see him. So, McNastly, you notice that some of the angelic creatures that you saw inside the temple where you gave the offering are pretty much moving parallel with you guys as you haul ass. They're staying in the wood lines down the side of the mountain a ways away, but moonlight is just, I mean, it's giving them impossibly fast speed. They're not even phased by how fast you're going. Malphaedor, you see them as well, but you don't really recognize them. Actually, you might recognize them as entities. If you want to go ahead and roll your religion check, you might notice what they are.
Maybe. 19.
Yeah, these are shards.
We're fighting shirts?
Yeah, shards. Yeah, so you notice that Salune's shards, which are like her personal trained
the 9.
guard, yeah, are which she has more than 9, but they are very powerful celestial creatures, are cruising right down the path with you guys. Actually, with the 21, it seems more like
an escort?
Yeah, like they're there to kind of keep you on path as well as protect you. Not so much like make you get out of there, because Salune could probably just do that. Yeah, but they're giving you your free will in a controlled environment. Yeah, so you guys get back down to the beach.
We have free will as long as we choose what they want us to do.
Yes, that's
how that works.
That is how that works.
It sounds like a relationship.
All right. All right, so you guys get back down to the beach, and you see the portal.
Yep,
Crawl under it.
Yeah,
jump up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No time. As soon as I'm there, just I'm gonna do like the slide underneath it and kick.
And you jump up, and you jump into the air, and then your feet kind of plop down on the ground like a 90s commercial where like the kids just appear and they fall on the ground from a half inch up. Yeah, you guys do that. So you fall on right where you were, and what you see is your campsite, but you are at pretty much the point of the woods where like you leave the woods to the campsite to see or where the druids came through, and you see yourselves climbing into the TARDIS, or climbing into the blue box and shutting the door. So the door shuts like as soon as you guys break through, and land there.
Excellent!
So you...
Nice. I was just going to say, we have no idea how long we've been gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time Macy was there to tell us how many days we were missing.
We could have been gone for a month. It's all
Yeah.
whole
We have
world's
no
already
idea.
done. We're like, fuck.
The whole world
Would have been cool.
falling apart. Duche's taken over.
It would have been neat to show up like 5 minutes before we left and do a whole Bill and Ted scene.
We gotta go back into history.
Whoa!
So
if
where'd
you're
you
the
come-
real us's, what
Malphaedor,
number are we
stay
singing?
away from the ring.
Where'd you guys come from?
69, dudes.
Can't talk about that. What are we gonna do? Can't talk about that.
So what's my DC to master the realm of Salune?
It's a DC 12 Arcana check.
It's a DC. You better fucking ask first.
Oh, yeah, 25.
25, okay.
Nice.
Yep. So you get the realm of Selune as well as the one where Manon and McClear was.
Getting real tired of gods trying to kill us off.
I thought that was going to end a lot worse.
Yeah. Luckiest charisma check I've ever had.
Yeah, nat 20 on a
to persuade a
persuasion
god
check.
to not murder us.
Yep.
So that's twice I've talked myself out of some deep shit with an immortal.
Yeah. Yes.
God. Yeah, you almost... You're fucked. And also, now we have a brain demon that we have to deal with. Some god's just fucking with us. So that's great.
If you're making notes for what you have to do for that ritual, there is a DC 15 religion check that you're going to have to make to be able to complete that ritual the way you remember it. Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god, if he messes up and Selene just appears.
Technical question.
Uh-huh.
She said in the next battle he has to do this. What if he only kills one person?
Then it won't count. He'll need to kill.
Does he have to carry that
What
head
is the
around,
minimum?
though?
6.
Oh, 6?
Yeah.
Does he have to carry that head, though? Like take and scalp it?
Yeah.
Or does it have to be like 6 consecutive
Very
kills?
rarely do we fight 6 people
Hey, don't
all at
tempt
once.
him.
And then he would have to kill all 6 of them.
Yeah, he can't steal our kills.
Well, maybe I'll just keep a duffel bag full of heads.
That
as we
was
go
my
along.
next question, is if like we run into 2 here and 3 there and
then
kill
when
one at
I
a
have
time,
6,
just
I'll have
carries.
enough
But
for
she
the,
said that he
It's like that Joe
design-
Pesci movie, 8 heads in a duffel bag.
Chopping off heads just takes it out of you, huh?
But she said he had to designate the battle
Keep it in a
win
box.
to her.
What's in the box?
He can't designate one of 6 battle
Sausage
wins.
flakes? Damn.
I'll
You're in a
let-
fucking sticky sitch there, bud.
Yeah.
I will let you guys figure that out on
Good
your
luck
own.
with that.
You're so fucked. You're gonna hit
How many druids was there?
4.
Never mind.
Jesus.
Just a thought.
The lamest battle ever. Just appeared and killed 4
You
or
guys
6 children.
are the good guys.
She did not say it had to be an epic battle of
Yeah, she wasn't.
World
She didn't say she
ending
was as picky as
proportions.
my helmet.
yeah.
Well, let's figure out who's haunting your head now that's not the helmet.
Yeah. Can we talk about that? You brought another god into her house?
Yeah.
You guys don't know that.
No, we don't. This is me.
No.
This is Chris talking to Mike, not Thaddeus
Yeah,
talking
what'd
to
you do?
Malphaedor.
The only thing I can think of for one is my link to the Fiend as my warlock patron, but that backstory goes back to when I was a child.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I listened to the bonus episode where you...
The one with Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the backstory there.
And for those playing the home game, you can find that information in the Season 3 opener, Voices in Our Head.
So whatever it was in that book that tainted my Aasimar self,
Yeah.
is probably that extra voice I'm listening to.
Right, the one that said it's ours.
Yeah, and that's probably that.
And
that
it can
Fiend.
affect me and
Yeah,
McNastly
well,
also, because we
That-
both saw the ring.
That's unintended.
A
That's,
god.
That's his doing.
well, yeah.
That might have been Nick just retconning immediately and then rewriting the lore.
It's canon now.
Yeah.
So
I think that is what happened.
I've got the Fiend rolling around in there, plus my helmet rolling around in there.
You got a lot of voices.
I know I have issues.
Yeah, you have to start making like a check to make sure you're not going insane.
Yeah. Well, that could be a thing too. Eventually, we're going to potato salad right into Cthulhu's realm. So.
That's a thing.
No.
Yeah, whenever we make that mistake, we're fucked. That'll be our crossover episode with Microphones and Monsters. We'll go to the Cthulhu's realm. Fuck over there.
That's not a terrible idea. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
There you go.
All right, so we totally got off on a tangent, and I
Yeah.
definitely still need to end this episode.
Yeah, we're so close to a good ending. We just don't have one
Yeah.
yet.
So you guys made it out, and
Where did you go? You were behind us. We headed to find an altar.
I was
Once
distracted.
we saw the god, I turned around to explain the situation, and you weren't there.
I was distracted by the ring.
We almost fought a god. You ever fought a god?
I felt her blade on my neck.
Yeah. We almost felt it in our belly.
I had a conversation with Selene myself.
When she disappeared?
Makes sense. How did that conversation go? And why did you feel her blade?
Well,
he's
apparently...
kind of a fucking idiot.
Well, apparently I was deceived into believing that what I thought was a ring was actually a very precious item to her. And I almost crossed...
The ring in the circle of skulls?
Yeah, it was no ring. It was a fragment of her homeworld. So... Which is disturbing and...
Why would we have seen a ring if it wasn't?
I don't understand that myself. And honestly, I was being led to believe it was a ring also. Very persuasively.
So you almost took the ring.
Almost. I stopped just short of it. Luckily.
She said one of the 7 thieves was still alive.
The ring was surrounded by 6 skulls, which
right.
I'm assuming are
the other 6.
The other
thieves.
6, and she probably thought I was the 7th. But
kind of fair, being you almost stole.
Yeah, I get it. But
this amulet's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, we shouldn't use it lightly.
Oh, we should use it 10 more times. Or 10 more dots on this amulet that aren't lit up.
Well, if every time you use that amulet it takes us to a random plane of an immortal, some of those immortals we may not want to encounter.
And maybe some of us stop trying to fight them all.
Stop trying to steal stuff from them. What if next time we appear there,
and then we
check it out for a second, and then jump right back through the portal?
Well, that's kind of what I thought we did, but then
next time we won't go up to the shiny building on the mountain.
Yeah,
that's when we just appear in the shiny building.
But I didn't exactly leave unscathed. I have a small service I must perform to appease Selune for what almost happened. But I'll get into that later.
Nice. God debts are always fun. They usually end really well too. So,
yeah, the sarcasm is deep.
Alrighty.
All right, and I feel like that's a really good spot to end this.
Yeah.
We're so gonna die.
I know.
Yeah.
My guy's fucked.
So far, you guys have only gone to the realms of good gods.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the multiple gods of death.
Oh, God.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
Free, didn't you? Like, hey, I'm the doctor. I can save the universe using a kettle and some string. And look at me, I'm wearing a vegetable.
Ooh.